Hello friends, welcome to the 90th session of Hybris tutorial. Guys, in this session we are going to learn a very important topic. We are going to learn which all classes are involved in the generation of OAuth 2.0 token. So this is a out of box Hybris functionality, but this concept is very much frequently asked in the interview questions. So in this session we are going to learn which all are the classes involved in the generation of OAuth 2.0 token. So guys, if you remember in our previous session, right, I had created one OCC web service, right? This was the OCC controller I had created, and this was the OCC API I had created. This API is a secured API, which means this API is accessible only by the users, right, which have this access role underscore employee group only by the users which have these groups associated. Either the role underscore client group is associated or the role underscore employee group is associated. If any user have these groups associated, and if they try to access this API, they will be able to access this API. If there is a user which doesn't have these groups associated, that user will not be able to access this API, right? If I show you guys in the back office, so you can see this is a back office. If I go to the type, right, if I go to the type, right, so you can see this is, I'm going into the type like this. I'm just writing over here type. Okay, if I go over here and if I search for the item type OAuth, okay, OAuth client, so you will see that we have OAuth client item type, right? And if I show you, it has one user associated. So I have created one uh, client with the name SPA client, right? One client I have created, right? So you can see SP client is the client associated, and this has which groups associated: role underscore trusted client and role underscore client. Since our API is expecting only role underscore client, since our API is expecting role underscore client, this means this user will be able to access my API. This means this user with the ID SPA client is able to access this secured API, right? Now guys, if you see the postman, right, this was the API which we are trying to access, right? Now how I am giving the details of this user, so basically selected OAuth 2.0, right? And then guys, I am giving the user details, like what is the user SP client. This is the password I had set. How I set this password? For that I had run one impex. If you want to run that impex, this is the impex which I had run. So this impex only basically created this user which you are seeing over here, right? Now guys, if you see over here, if you see in the postman, what I am doing over here, firstly I am creating or generating one access token. Okay, so this is the URL for generation of the access token. Okay, that I have explained you in my previous video also. So once we give these details, client ID and client secret, okay, and when I click on generate or get new access token, system internally will check whether this user client ID has basically has the ability to access this access token API or not. If it has the access, then it will generate a token for it. So you can see I'm clicking on get new access token. Okay, when I click on access token, it basically gives a new token. It gives a new token. Okay, and this token I will be using when I will be actually making this API hit. Okay, now in this video guys, I will be explaining you which all are the classes involved, right, when you hit this token generation API. Okay, so for that guys, and please watch this video very carefully because this question is asked very frequently in the interview questions: which all classes are involved, which all DB tables are involved, right, in this. So now guys, I have explained you how I created this, right, clients. But now when entering these client details and when giving this token URL, and when I click on get new access token, right? Which all classes are involved, that I'm going to explain you. For that, what I will do, I will enable the debug points. So you can see I have enabled the debug points. Okay, so as soon as I click on get new access token, this is the first entry class, guys, token endpoint dot class. And where is this class present? This class is present in the extension, guys. This class is present in the extension OAuth 2 extension, right? In this OAuth 2 extension, we have a jar with the name OAuth 2 server.jar, right? In this OAuth 2 server.jar only, guys, we have this class token endpoint. Okay, so the request basically comes to this token endpoint dot class, right? Why this dot class? Because this is embedded in some kind of jar file, right? I have already explained you, it is in the OAuth 2. And over here, guys, you can see firstly what it does. It pass the client ID which we are getting in the request. And if you see, guys, this is the same mapping slash OAuth slash token, right? If you see in our postman also, our URL was slash OAuth slash token. Over here, the same was the URL, right? Now, guys, if you see, firstly, we pass the client ID. Okay, so the client ID which we had passed from our request was SPA client. Okay, then what I do over here in this API, which all are the groups associated with this client, right? That I basically fetch in this load client by client ID. I will be actually making a DB call, so I can show you which all classes are involved in this flow. Now, guys, what I will do, I will just disable the debug points and I will just generate the token again so that I can show you. So you can see the whole classes which I showed you, those come into the picture. A token gets generated and we will use this token. Now this API is, when this API is fired, I will be using this token. I will be using this peer token, right, along with this request. But I hope, guys, now this is clear to you how the token mechanism works. So I hope this video is informative for you. And guys, if you find this video as informative, please share this channel URL with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.